Hello, viewers. I hope you all are in a very good health and you all have been enjoying your life. And in this video, we will talk about a short story written by Dibyendu Palit, and the short story name is Alam's Own House. Now, first, we have to know who is Dibyendu Palit. Let's try to know about him. Dibyendu Palit, he was born in 1939, means during the Second World War, and died in 2019, means recently. And he was an Indian poet, novelist, short story writer, and literator of Bengali literature. Some of his well-known works are Sit Grismer Smriti, Rajar Bare Onek Dur. This is also written in Bengali. Munir Songe Kishu Khon, Brishtir Pore, it is a novel, etc. And this short story, which we will now discuss, it is Alam's Own House, translated from the Bengali work written by himself, and that is called as Alomer Nijer Bari. Bari means, you all know, house. Nijer means own. And through this short story, the author has tried to delineate, depict, and portray the dire consequences of partition, religious difference, racial superiority, and communal violence. These all things are beautifully examined, explored, and intertwined by the writer. Besides Alam's Own House, it is also a reminiscence, nostalgia, and tragic love story between a Hindu girl and a Muslim boy that never meets its destination owing to religious, ethnic, and societal pressures, issues, and problems. Apart from that, the story Alam's Own House, it also delineates about the mental trauma faced by the Bengal and its people. We all know Bengal was first divided for the first time in 1905 by the British Raj, and it was done by Lord Curzon in 1905. The Bengal, the unified Bengal, was partitioned into East Bengal and West Bengal. East Bengal was given to Muslim majority people. On the other hand, West Bengal was given to Hindu majority people. And when this partition occurred, then people were forced to go to their respective religious majority locality for their own benefits and for their own mental well-being, or for their emotional protection or support. Clear? And when partition occurred, at that time, people were clueless. Situation was utterly chaos. But before that, they had been living as human, not as Hindu, Muslim, Christian, and other religion. Rather, they were unitedly, peacefully living since centuries. But Britishers had seen, had experienced, they had imagined that if they will continue to living like this, then it will be downrightly difficult for them to rule on India. Therefore, they have applied Britishers' old rule, divide and rule. They have divided the Bengal and then they are ruling on Bengal separately. Okay? East Bengal, they are ruling as Muslim majority political administration. On the other hand, Bengal, they are ruling as Hindu majority uh, political administration. Then, uh, due to this partition, they were compelled to witness this human disaster. People had no place to go, no food to eat, and no thing to do. Utter chaos was there upon when this partition occurred. Then each community forced to migrate to each other's religious inclination. Many Hindu family left to West Bengal from East Bengal. Similarly, many Muslim family too migrated to East Bengal from West Bengal. And unfortunately, these were occurring due to religion. Human call themselves as the master animal, and the irony is humans, though they call themselves as an intelligent being, yet they are utterly failed to living together as brother and sister. And in this short story too, Alam's own house, the protagonist Alam, he fell in love with a Hindu girl, Raka, and since Alam is a Muslim, Raka rarely confessed her love for him owing to religious differences. Then partition occurred. Due to partition, Alam's family compelled to leave for Muslim majority area East Bengal. Later, East Bengal became a new nation as Bangladesh. But before that, they were as a part of Pakistan as East Pakistan, though they were situated in a very different location, but still that was a part of Pakistan during Indian Pakistan partition. And during partition, Alam was studying in West Bengal in Calcutta. Therefore, though his family had moved to Dhaka, he stayed for 3 years. Clear? And before partition, both Raka and Alam, they were in a kind of romantic relationship. But Raka had always hesitated to express it. Raka is the kind of passive heroine of this short story. On the other hand, Raka and Alam's family, they had exchanged their houses. Raka's father had taken Alam's house in Calcutta, and Alam's father had taken Raka's house in Dhaka or in Bangladesh. As now both places became two different Hindu and Muslim majority nations. But prior to partition, it took only an hour or less than that to reach East and West Bengal. Clear? But this sudden partition did not make sense to people of both sides. They were confused, perplexed, and broken. But with the passage of time, Alam too went to his country home in Dhaka. But after so many years, he got an opportunity to participate as a paper presenter and present a paper in a seminar in a university in Calcutta. Therefore, he was very happy to come back to his nation, to his old home. So he considered Calcutta or India or West Bengal as his childhood home, where he was born, lived, and studied. but due to political uh, cause, due to boundary issues, and due to ethno-religious conflicts, he compelled to move to Muslim majority place in Dhaka. So when he heard this news that he had got the chance to go to this place, at that time he was very happy and he was excited and ecstatic to go to Calcutta. And as he would go to Calcutta, so he had also decided that he would visit in his old house or his parents' old house where he was born and brought up. Okay, but now that house is taken by the family, and family's house is taken by the Alam's family. So before leaving to Calcutta, and it took only 45 minutes from Dhaka to Calcutta. So it was very near. But though it seemed very near, but for the protagonist Alam, that duration is was pretty long for him, because he was thinking and he was remembering about his old days. He became very nostalgic about his old house, and he had not visited since the partition or since many years. And he had decided to give this information that he was coming in Calcutta via letter to Raka, his once lover, okay, or we can say uh, beloved. And he did so, but upon receiving this letter, Raka had made up her mind to leave her home. Why? Because Raka thought that if he came, then he would try to express his love for me, and I will be then helpless, and he might also try to talk about those old days when they were in love. So out of fear, out of that kind of hesitation, she had decided to go to Delhi, and Raka flew for Delhi. But before leaving for Delhi, Raka had left a letter for Alam, and this this incident or this news had made Alam utterly heartbroken and despondent. He was very crestfallen, and he was so disappointed that we cannot imagine, or we cannot express that thing in words. Only he can know that pain. And in that letter, Raka expressed her deepest fear about their destination of love, as their family would never come together. And Raka had also praised and appreciated Alam for his job as an assistant professor or as a professor in a college in Dhaka. But Alam thought that his achievement is meaningless, or it is utterly futile, as she was as his love of life, as Raka was not with him to make it or make his life and his job more significant or meaningful. Even Raka's father had once advocated that Hindu and Muslim are like oil and water, and they could never be together. This kind of thing, this kind of philosophy or mentality were advocated by Raka's father. So Raka's father would never allow her daughter to be married off to a Muslim family. And apart from that, some of the family members of Alam's family too, they too advocated that whatever had happened, that was good, means the partition was good. For some of them had advocated or argued like that. And at last of the story, after visiting his own house, he has stayed in that house too. In Raka's house, he had also stayed for some days during the seminar, and he had explored his house, and he had seen that those some of the things are still kept like that, as kept by his father or as kept by uh, Alam's own family. But some of the things are changed, and he was walking or he was going here and there in his own house as a stranger, and it made him so sad. Okay. And uh, he suffered massive heartbreak and hopelessness. And later, uh, when his seminar is was finished, then he had returned to his home, to his parents' home in Dhaka. So in that way, the story has ended, and I hope you have enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching the video.